Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 154 here on season number 2. And today we are talking about 4 best investment ideas for 2018. So these videos are meant for educational purposes only and not meant to be taken as financial advice. You are responsible for your assets and to properly protect them. So always, please do your own research. Typically on my channel, I focus a little bit more about investing specifically into stocks and ETFs on my channel, but I figured that this video might encapsulate a little bit of that. Also, maybe there's other investments besides just stocks and ETFs that I think would be a good investment for the rest of 2018. So let's go ahead and jump into it real quick. For me, first place and most obvious would still be the stock market. I know a lot of you guys are going to be saying like, well, we're still in a correction. Like, I don't know if we're going to move down or if we're going to move up or what the heck we should do. So maybe hold off on putting your money into the market for the rest of 2018. I would also argue that maybe on the other side of the situation is other people saying, we're only going to go up from here. We've already hit the bottom or we're pretty close to the low. And so right now is basically the time to throw all your money at the market. So that way you can catch the most growth on your account. When it comes down to it, nobody can really predict the future of where the stock market will go. Of course, I mean, in the past, we've seen the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 continue to climb with few corrections, one about every 8 to 10 years. And in regards to like the entire masses, like where else do you invest your money besides like the stock market? Like, everybody has a Roth IRA that's pretty much investing into the stock market or maybe even a taxable account. So I think that in regards to that, like we're really expecting returns to the stock market. I think that's where almost everybody's retirement is riding. If I was new and never like touched any stocks or ETFs before, I mean, there's platforms out there, there's investment apps, and then also you could even consider talking to a financial advisor. There's a guy that makes great videos on here, very, very knowledgeable in the market and as actually a financial advisor. He goes by the name of Jazz Wealth. Feel free to search his channel and check him out and reach out to him if you're looking for a financial advisor. I think he would be a person that would do a great job helping you. And then from there, I could never basically justify throwing all my money into the market at a specific time. Me personally, I would probably use a more long-term focus strategy, specifically something called dollar cost averaging, which I mean most people utilize anyways on their 401k, which is basically making regular deposits into account on a like weekly, daily, bi-weekly, and it's not based upon the price or anything like that. That also would be something to consider, would be dollar cost averaging a few different ETFs. Number 2, I think it's important to maybe expose yourself into bonds or precious metals. I like both because they both seem to grow a little bit faster than inflation, but not like as risky as investing into equities or ETFs. However, the nice thing about bonds is that bonds pay you back principal plus interest. And so when the close of the bond comes to an end, you've got your principal plus your interest. And typically you get your principal back a little bit before you get your entire interest paid. So there's not as much risk with utilizing bonds. And where silver and gold, or just specifically precious metals, you're holding the value. You're buying because you expect that value to hold, because in and of itself, gold and silver are kind of valuable. But you're expecting growth. The growth is what pays you on gold and silver. So there's not going to be like a dividend or a interest payment on gold and silver, because there wouldn't be a need for that. You know what I mean? You basically own an asset and not a loan for a company or a government or whatever it may be. Let's go ahead and jump into number 3, which is real estate, or more specifically, probably REITs. I think other things could have been here as well, but I'm assuming that, you know, you're working like a 40-hour week and you don't really have time to maybe go start a second business, or you would prefer your money just to make you more money and not require you a whole bunch of work to make that happen. If you're like the weekend flipper that, like, you know, wants to buy a house and then flip it and then turn around and sell it, by all means, like, don't let me stop you. Or if you're like, you know, trying to be the landlord and purchase properties, then I mean, by all means, hey, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But for people who don't have the large amount of money that it takes to either buy a second property or purchase a second property to turn around and flip it real quick. There are other things out there called REITs, and these are called real estate investment trusts. And basically what it lets you do is buy or put money into basically a group, a hodgepodge, basically a crock pot of people that are investing into this company. And then this company goes out and utilizes and leverages that money to buy properties. And then from there, they get rent money, obviously, which then in turn, hey, you get paid in the form of a dividend. So for me, I think specifically on smaller accounts, REITs seem to be a lot more feasible, especially if you don't have as much money and you're in like a fractional share investing account. Then by then, it's literally not hard at all to expose yourself a little bit into real estate, the real estate game, to become that real estate mogul. And then we're gonna go ahead and get into fourth. The fourth, I think, could be obviously a lot of different things. I think there could be like investing in your education, like reading books, brushing up on different strategies, or maybe even like just advancing your personal skills. Like maybe you want to go back to school to get your master's degree or get your associate's degree or bachelor's degree, so that way you can go further along in your actual career. Or hey, you know what, you need this certificate to get this new job or to get this promotion, so by all means that's what you want to do. I think that that would be a great investment, but I don't think it's my fourth investment. There could be another type of investment, specifically like paying down debt. That would be another way to invest, because you're not, having to pay someone the interest. Instead, you can get rid of that, and then you can take that money that you're using to pay down that debt and turn around and put it in the market, and then you got someone else, paying you interest for the money that you lent them. So I think that that could be a number 4, but my personal number 4 is budgeting and setting a budget. I think making time to work your budget and making it stick is probably one of the top 4 investments that you can make in your personal life moving forward into 2018. I think if a lot of people actually audited their finances and their financial state, they would see a big, huge leak of cash that's draining their account that was unexpected before. Maybe they're going to Starbucks 5 times in a day and they only budgeted, hey, we're only going once. And so there's a deficit there. So they got to pull money from somewhere else. And if all the money was allocated, then they would realize we don't have any money to go buy 5 Starbucks every single day. Not saying Starbucks is bad, by the way. If you guys want to, feel free to go check out Starbucks and purchase a drink. It would definitely help their shares and help grow their business. And I think that that's a great thing for that company. I mean, they need all the help they can get right now. So anyways, we'll go ahead and leave it right there. Let's jump into the question of the day real quick, which is, what's your and then it got worse story? So my and then it got worse story was Friday night streaming. It's always Friday night streaming and then it got worse. It's like we're playing Fortnite and then it got worse. So my computer, I bought it and everything was working on it. It was great. My desktop computer right now, I'm on my laptop. Then I plug in a new CPU and it's like, great, everything's good. And then the thing overheats, blows up the motherboard. Have to go get a new motherboard. Can't run the CPU that I was running. So it seems like every single Friday night, something happens with the Fortnite stream. I cross my fingers and hope that that doesn't happen moving forward on my Friday night streams. Anyways, we'll go ahead and leave right there. Like I was saying, if you got any questions regarding Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, M1 Finance, as well as general investing, business, Etsy, coaching, post those questions down below. Please don't forget to subscribe right up here and check out my top 5 things any investor should do on the weekend. Check out this other video right here. And as always, or was that top 5 side hustles? Top 5 side hustles. Check out this other video right here. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.